Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. I'm going to do your November the 22nd just for today in a meditation. I hope you're having a beautiful morning. Let's go ahead and share that screen. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our H.O.O.D Recovery Services. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Okay, the title of the meditation, November 22nd, is Foundation First. As we begin to function in society, our creative freedom helps us sort our priorities and do the basic things first. Let me reread that for you. As we begin to function in society, our creative freedom helps us sort our priorities and do the basic things first. That's taken from Basic Text, page 86. No sooner do we get clean than some of us begin putting other priorities ahead of our recovery. Careers, families, relationships, all these are part of the life we find once we've laid the foundation of our recovery. But we can't build a stable life for ourselves before we do the hard, basic work of laying our recovery foundation. Like a house built on sand, such a life will be shaky at best. Before we begin putting all our attention to rebuilding the detailed framework of our lives, we need to lay our foundation. We acknowledge first that we don't yet have a foundation, that our addiction has made our lives utterly unmanageable. Then, with the help of our sponsor and our home group, we find faith in a power strong enough to help us prepare the ground of our new lives. We clear the wreckage from the site upon which we will build our future. Finally, we develop a deep, working familiarity with the principles we will practice in our continuing affairs. Honest self-examination, reliance upon our higher power's guidance and strength in service to others. Once our foundation is prepared, then we go full steam ahead to put our new lives together. But first, we must ask ourselves if our foundation is secure. For without our foundation, nothing we build can stand for long. Just for today, I will take care to lay a secure foundation for my recovery. Upon such a foundation, I can build for a lifetime in recovery. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer, please. Moment of silence now. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. Yeah, building our foundation first. It's not like you can go into building the framework of your life without clearing out the wreckage from your past so that you can make sure as you build the foundation and then you lay the framework down that is stable. I don't know if you've ever been able to observe a construction site. My husband was a contractor for Habitat for Humanity for quite a while. And although the part of the work that he would do was after the house had been built, and he would go and cover it with shingles, right? He's a roofer. by trade, we had plenty of opportunities to interact with people that have perfected the art of building homes. And it was always amazing to watch the process of the land being chosen, of the property being cleared of any debris, any other existing buildings that were there that weren't going to be used. And they would level it. And then they would come in with more topsoil. They would come in with more dirt that they wanted to work with to make sure that this ground was completely leveled before they would start to lay the foundation. And our particular house that we live in has a beautiful cemented basement. Not the older ones where it was laid with bricks, but slates of concrete were used to lay this foundation. And then it was sealed, a tight box that was sealed so that no condensation, no water, or anything could seep through, right? And then the top, of course, is laid open so that as they lay the floorboards and the electricity, they know in the basement where they want the control box to be. And they did all this work. I'm always amazed at the process of building. They think of things that I would never think about. The foundation is laid, and then as you see, the framework for the house begins to go up. And while these men are hustling and bustling and laying the framework for the home, someone else is working on the wiring. It's so much that goes into it. But eventually, there's a beautiful home that a family can move in at a very fair price. The thing about our disease of addiction is we always paid a high price for a low level of living. We always did. We always got ourselves into situations that we didn't have the skills to get ourselves out of. When we come into recovery, we are clearing out the wreckage. It says here in this particular sentence, I'll highlight it for you. You see that sentence? It says, we clear, right there, we clear the wreckage from the site upon which we will build our future. That comes with staying clean, making meetings, getting a sponsor, working the steps with that sponsor, and applying the spiritual principles of the steps. That's how you get that wreckage of your past cleared out so that you can build a better future. Case in point, and I'll leave you with this. You can get a job after getting clean and being able to drop clean for the drug test. You can probably get a job anywhere. But the difference between being a stock boy or girl, stock person, woman, right, man, for Walmart and being a CEO of a company, there is a lot of education in between the two of those, right? Unless you start your own business, there's a lot of education that goes into the distance between the two of those. Same difference. There's a lot of difference between someone that is the manager for Burger King and is the administrator for a hospital. There's a large difference in between the two, a lot of education and a lot of proving of oneself, even though both levels are very responsible individuals. There's a big difference, and I'm sure you would agree. Okay. So once I get clean, I need to determine what I want my end result to be. Do I just want to be a person that has stayed clean and interacts with the fellowship only when there's conventions? Then you don't need to lay much of a foundation. You just need to stay clean. Maybe don't even need to stay clean to make convention. Or do you want to be an individual that you get clean, you develop warm relationships, you find yourself gathering with people that 3, 4 years ago you didn't even know for holidays or special occasions. Your children, their children are being raised together in the community of NA, not necessarily the same neighborhoods, but and you're working a job, a career that you chose, you went to school for, you're proud of the fact that you stuck and stayed for those classes and got your GPA where it needed to be so you could be in the top of the class. And now you're sought out by other companies to come and do whatever it is you chose to do as a vocation. You're able to travel and attend conventions whenever you want. Your family respects you, your community respects you. There's a big difference between the person that just comes and gets a little bit of what they need and the person that really invests and builds, rebuilds their life. I'm hoping today that you will be the type of person that has come into Narcotics Anonymous and you've cleared the wreckage out and you begin to build a foundation that is firm and that is strong. And then that foundation that you've built for your home, your recovery life that we're talking about, in other words, is so strong that it can withstand pressure. It's stable. And not only that, it can be a refuge that others are able to run to in a time of need. And you can be hospitable, right? And of course, I'm talking about a literal house, but spiritually, I am talking about your spiritual foundation, the home and lifetime of recovery that you're building. Let it be well. My name is MightyStream. I've enjoyed talking to you. I will be talking to you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day on purpose. Today, make November 22nd the best day ever.